This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by the Parker Group.
Well, CoastLife, when we chat real estate, we're usually chatting with our friends from the Parker Group, but an arm of the Parker Group, of course, is Archie. And this is a great new way that has changed the world of real estate. So we've got James Riddle joining us on the CoastLife couch again, Business Development Manager with Archie. Now, James, we know that you guys have some open houses coming up. So
yes.
Some folks who are, if they're in the market, they're looking for a new place. This would be a great way to, see a house in person, but also ask some questions about Archie. So give us some details of these open houses and maybe some questions, things that you might be answering for folks that come through.
Yeah, absolutely. So this Saturday on August 2nd from 11 to 1, we have two open houses going on in Seaford. One in the Muirfield community over at 3 Orchard Road, and the other just on the north end of downtown at 514 North Willie Street. Now, both of those homes are in Seaford, but offer totally different styles of living. One obviously in town,
sure,
with all of that charm. It's a home that's 82 years old. It has the original hardwood door with the doorbell built into the door. The house is full of charm, and then the property in Muirfield obviously has the community pool and that community feel as opposed to the downtown living. But one of the biggest things that people, I'm sure, will ask questions that come through is, about Archie Certified, which is kind of the certification that we put on all of our properties that go for sale. And what that means is a few different layers. And so the first is that all the homes have already been professionally inspected, and all of the major defects that show up on those repairs, which cause 1 in 5 home sales to fall through, have already been corrected. So it eliminates that barrier to entry that 20% of home buyers are dealing with as they go through a transaction. On top of that, we already have title work finished on these properties, which means that they're able to close as soon as possible, as soon as either their bank sends the check over, or they go through the typical financing process, with their lender. And so those are really, the big questions that I'm sure people will be asking, and we're so excited to see, how the community has accepted this, revolution of real estate, because we know that the old way is difficult and broken, as you could say, but we're excited to bring life to this industry again.
Yeah, I mean, we've mentioned it a couple of times here on the couch that a lot of times, buyers and sellers both end up in tears many times throughout the process of trying to move into a new home or sell your old home. And Archie really does streamline this, because you don't have to worry about things like the title work being done or making sure that you really are walking into a move-in ready house.
Exactly.
All those big questions get answered before you even have to walk through the door. Yeah,
exactly. And all of that information is available just on the property page on our website. Our website has had a nice little renovation since the last time you probably saw it. And so now you can find our listings marketplace. And so you'll see the 4 listings that we have for sale right now. And then we have a wait list of others that are coming down the road. Yeah,
so folks are interested in these open houses. All they have to do is just show up, correct?
That's right. They show up 11 to 1. They're both at the same time. And they're about 7 minutes from each other. So it's easy to hit both.
There you go. And if folks do end up having, more questions either about Archie, or if they're, ready to sell their home and they want to reach out to you guys, I know you got the wait list, but where should they go to maybe start getting some of those questions answered?
Yeah, absolutely. They're just going to go to Archie Hub, that's archiehub.com, or they can give us a call at the office.
Perfect. Well, an exciting weekend ahead if you are, you're ready for that next step, you're ready to buy a new house, and maybe these open houses are the perfect fit for you. I know the one that sounds so charming sounds like such a delight.
It really is.
Well, James, thank you so much for coming in today, and really for all you guys are doing with Archie to stay ahead of the ever-changing real estate world and trying to make it easy for everybody out there.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for having me, Leah.
Of course. Coming up on CoastLife, though, we know we've got some pet lovers out there. Maybe in addition to that new home, you're looking for a new 4-legged friend. We're going to toss things over to our field correspondent, Kendall Gordon. Kendall, what's going on?
Coming up on CoastLife, you get to meet this big ball of energy, all this personality and more. This is Sweet Pea. She's one of our pets of the week, and that is coming up later on the show.